Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Six Man Blitz. I'm Jake Lynch. It's here. The MLB season is finally among us. We're not going to talk about it here, though, but it's finally here. Just believe it. MLB is back.
Definitely. It's great to see that there's no more lockout. Great to see the Sox go out there and disappoint. Hopefully the Cubs do something. Well, what's up, everybody? I'm Micah. So apparently a dude got arrested or taken off the plane for jerking off 4 times. That's an egregious amount. Because think about it. Flights usually 2-3 hours, or even some flights are long, but this flight was 3 hours. And 4 times in 3 hours, if you're a guy, you know, that is some impossible numbers. It's impossible, damn near impossible.
So what is that, 45 minutes? Every 45 minutes?
Like 4 times.
I mean, what do those people think, though? They hopped on a Spirit plane. Like, it'd be different if it was Southwest or maybe JetBlue. It was Spirit.
Yes.
It was Spirit.
A Spirit plane.
You knew something was up. You hopped on Spirit. You didn't think. I mean, Buddy's got to do something. 4 times? You didn't got Wi-Fi on the plane most of the time. What was he looking at? He had some stage stuff. Yes, he had to have some stage stuff.
It's one thing to be doing it once. Once is like, come on, you're an animal. And
But
4 times.
3 hours? You can't hold it in for 3 hours? Whatever, man. Hey, that's how some people are. It's crazy, but welcome back to Six Man Blitz. Got a great show for you guys today. Start off with the Los Angeles Lakers not making the playoffs. Are they disappointment? What?
Conversation over.
Yeah, Stephen A. Smith said that. Where does this team go from here? I think that's the biggest question. We'll get that answered. We'll get that straight now. Go through our off-season awards: MVP, Rookie of the Year, Most Improved, Coach of the Year, Sixth Man of the Year, and lastly, that Couch Potato of the Year. Got 3 candidates. I still got to make the graphic posted about it. I think we'll make it official next week. We'll say it now.
Okay.
We'll make
some T-shirts possibly coming out too, maybe.
We talked about that, and then finish up with some rapid fire takes. Not really
bringing it back.
Bringing it back. It's not really rapid fire though. It's kind of like this or that. It's kind of 2 options. Micah came up with 10 options, and we just go talk through them, different things like that. So it's not rapid fire, but we don't have any.
It's not fast, but you know, it's something we came up with at the beginning of our show, so it just stuck. You know, why bother getting another name when you could just say, you know, the original?
Don't fix it.
Right.
Exactly. So remember, subscribe to Six Man Blitz on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. Wherever you listen to podcasts, you know the boys that are on there, man. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Hit that plus button next to the episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Give us 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Help the boys out, man. Do that for us. Follow social media, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Help us out, go a long way. And tell a friend so they can follow us too. Everyone has social media nowadays. So
everybody
definitely
has.
Just throw us a follow, throw us a few likes. That can help us out in a long way. But got anything else before we head into the show?
Let's head into the show.
Hey, let's get into it.
Touchdown Bears! No way!
Fires. Yeah! The Bulls lead 87-86.
Hello? You play to win the game.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
All right, let's get back to the show. The Lakers are officially eliminated from playoff contention. Sounds like music to my ears as I hear this on this weekend. And nobody would have thought that at the beginning of the year. The Lakers wouldn't even make the play-in tournament.
And we're talking about contenders. Who's going to beat this team in 5 games?
literally, people were posting that and said, who's going to beat this team? Who's going to beat this team 4 times?
Now, I do think, though, like, Rondo being gone did have kind of an effect because I think Rondo with veteranship, I think there would be a different kind of locker room if Rondo was still on the team. But looking at it, you know, losing as many games as they should, there's no explanation for it. Not even Kendrick Nunn not playing is an explanation for me.
Kendrick Nunn opted into his money this year again, and why wouldn't he? That was pretty obvious that he was going to opt back in. That's looked like some robbery right there. What Kendrick Nunn
bone
did.
bruise too. Didn't he have a bone bruise or something? And
the Lakers knew to change their name to the Cancun Lakers. They don't even resign in Los Angeles no more. All of them going to Cancun. But Kendrick Nunn's been there already the whole year. He got a head start.
Dude, he played a couple games in the preseason, and we haven't seen him all year.
I hate to say it, man, but THT has got to be a disappointment.
Yeah. And like you're looking at Kyle Kuzma, how he's been playing in Washington. I think they should have kept Kuzma. And all the shit that they've been saying about Kuzma while he was on the Lakers, he's averaging 17 a game for the Wizards. Their second best player. They're talking about building around him and Porzingis. So that tells you that.
This Lakers team has got to be disappointing, though.
Very disappointing.
360 nickname? Terrible.
It sucks because, like, people out there, Lakers fans, are like, injuries, man. But you're looking at it, every team had dealt with some injuries. You look at the Nuggets, they don't have Jamal Murray or Michael Porter Jr. They're the 6th seed. They're doing really well still. They're a really good team still. You look at the Grizzlies, John Morant's been out, 20 games. They're still 18-2. So it comes down to there's something else that is not going on good for this Lakers team. It's not just injuries.
Hey, LeBron's 4 years in LA. Year 1, no playoffs.
Yeah.
Year 2, Mickey Mouse ring. Year 3, first round exit. Year 4, no playoffs. How would you describe LeBron's time at LA? I think it's been a disappointment.
Very disappointing. And Lakers, LA fans, their championship every year kind of aspirations. So looking at that, very disappointing. You don't make the playoffs at least?
And everyone's talking about, look what LeBron has done. He brought a championship back to LA. Was he not supposed to? Was he not supposed to bring back more than one? He literally only won because he had a Mickey Mouse ring. Show me a picture of their championship parade in LA. LeBron has won 0 playoff series in the Staples Center.
It's tough.
So LeBron is a fraud, Mickey Mouse ring, but I think this time has been very, very disappointing.
I think it has been too. Like you looking at it like winning championships a big deal, but the other years you expect to be competitive. You lose to the Suns first round. First year was very disappointing. Yeah, there were some injuries that year, but looking at it, that team should have been a little better.
Everyone talks down on the first year, and I get it. It's the first year. You kind of got to let stuff slide. It's LeBron's first year. You didn't have AD yet. You didn't have that second option. But after that, it's been no excuse.
I mean, and you're looking at some of the teams LeBron has led to the playoffs or at least be competitive. They were worse.
Exactly. Some of these Cavs teams were way worse.
Very worse. And LeBron
all these LeBron fans want to say, oh, he's the first player, the youngest player to get blah, 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 how many ever points. He's 37. He's this and that. He's this and that. And then when they got eliminated, bro, what are you expecting to do? He's 37, bro. He can't be doing it all on his own.
Yeah, the narrative changes.
The Lakers fans change the narrative real quick.
Can't stand him either.
What? I just don't know. I just don't see where this team goes from in the future. Like, can they even get rid of Westbrook?
They got to get rid of Westbrook. That's non-negotiable. He's got to go. I don't care. I'm selling him for anything at this point. Anything.
I've seen the Hornets interested, and that would be terrible. That would be terrible.
What sense does that make? LaMelo, you get your young superstar, very good point guard, distributor. Why would you put Westbrook next to them?
He's the leader of your franchise right now, the leader of the rebuild. He's the youngest player on your team, best player on your team, and you're going to add a veteran that plays the same position as him that is ball dominant?
It makes no sense. Like, that would be a worse move than what the Lakers did.
That's Jordan, though. That's Jordan. Jordan wants to get him on the team because Jordan loves his tenacity.
He wants the superstars. He wants, because that's really the only way Charlotte will get a superstar to come there, no?
Yeah, but you know how Jordan is. Jordan's like, Westbrook reminds me of him, of myself. He plays fast. He plays hard. But I don't think you want him on your team, Jordan.
Shit, yeah. But, hey, the price for Westbrook would be very low.
Very low.
A team that just wants to be in the playoffs and all that kind of, even though they
don't
just
see why
want to
team would trade for him.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense after this. And it definitely looks worse to do that move with Westbrook playing how he played this year. Because you can't even play with LeBron.
Exactly.
You can't even play with LeBron. And that's one of the best players to play with.
You couldn't play with LeBron or Kevin Durant, who's arguably the two best players in this league.
Two best players to play with, too, because Kevin Durant, he's not hard to play with.
No. And there's a reason he left, and everyone kind of pushed it under the rug. Now it's kind of making sense. But let's get into our NBA awards. I'm not sure when these are going to come out. The awards, probably next week, I'm thinking, right? Maybe. Yeah. First round, maybe. But we're going to come out with ours now. Season's damn near over, so we're going to come out with ours now. MVP, it's off MVP. This is the hardest MVP I've had in a while.
It's the closest it's ever been, too. So many guys. You can make a case for so many guys to win this. So who you got?
Who you got?
I'm going to go Joel Embiid because I'm a little biased. I'm a big Sixers guy. But my case for him is right now he just passed LeBron for the scoring title, 38.4 points a game. And I think although there has been some blemishes in this year, I think first year he's ever been healthy. It's been dominant, 40 points in the last two games. He just needs those last two games to prove himself. It's just hard to make up for that Giannis game, though. But I think with Giannis already having the MVP, Jokic winning last year, I think people give it to him.
That's the thing, though. It's so close right now. And if anybody says Embiid, Jokic, or Giannis, I don't have a problem with it at all.
I don't either.
That's why I just don't know who it comes down to. They all have an argument to be made.
Yeah.
And picking mine, I feel like it changes every day. Every time I wake up, every time Stat Muse comes out a different stat that I never heard before on Twitter, I'm like, oh, wow, that looks pretty good. I can use that. And then something happens that night, and I'm like, well, where do I go from here?
Well, we can't agree, though, that right now I think the best player in the game might not win the MVP, though. Giannis or KD, I think those are the two best players in the game right now. But I think it's hard, though. It's hard, though. Because sometimes the best player in the game doesn't win the award.
I think it's Giannis right now, though.
I could be okay with that. I can be like,
exactly.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
He's having a great year.
My reasoning, it's like I'm not going to bring up all the numbers because the numbers change every night, and the numbers keep changing. And Jokic is going to have this insane stat line with rebounds, assists, points. Embiid's going to have all these insane 40-point games. And Giannis is going to have these insane games against the top talent, like Kevin Durant. He's playing crazy against Embiid. He's playing crazy against.
He shows up in the big games, and that's
Bam Adebayo, crazy games. Coming off the Finals MVP. I mean, I just think it's Giannis. This is like how Giannis has played since the All-Star break. I think it's been Giannis because it was a two-man race. It was Embiid and Jokic for the whole season, and Giannis was playing good, but no one's really talking about him. And then he kind of came out of nowhere. And he said, I'm still here.
Yeah. It's crazy to see, man. Even Devin Booker, that name came out of nowhere.
Booker came out of nowhere. DeMar was there for a while, I thought.
You can even make a case for DeMar DeRozan, what he's done with this Bulls team, with even them battling a lot of injuries. It's just so many cases for so many guys.
All right. Who you got for Rookie of the Year, though? Let's veer away from
Rookie of the Year is another award that is up for grabs, and it's like so many cases for so many people. I was stuck on Evan Mobley. I think he has had a huge impact for the Cavs. But I think right now I'm going Cade Cunningham. The last couple of games, he's been the most consistent rookie. Since the All-Star break, I think he's been the most consistent rookie. And what he's been doing, the offense should be flowing more with him. Looking at some of his stats in the recent games, he's just been going off. So I'm gonna go Cade Cunningham.
I do like Cade Cunningham. I think if he did it longer than what he did, no doubt about a Rookie of the Year.
No doubt. He probably had 20 a game.
Exactly. But it's the Pistons, and they fucked with them in the beginning. Now they finally got the groove. But I got Evan Mobley, man. What he does defensively on a day-in, day-out thing changed the whole Cavs narrative around, elevated this Cavs team, honestly. And I got to go Mobley. I got to go Mobley for the reason that aren't on the stat sheet, his defensive numbers. if you watch him play basketball, these switches he does, his inside presence, it's insane. And that's why I like
Great
voting.
defensive player.
Great defensive player, and that's kind of what gets swept under the rug a little when you go voting.
Yeah, because, I mean, how many times does a Rookie of the Year come down to a defensive player winning it,
Exactly, right. And defensive player, I mean, we'll get into it, but, that award is fraudulent.
Rudy Gobert wins every year.
All right, defensive player of the year. Let's just get in.
I'm going to go Bam Adebayo. I don't think I said his last name right, but I'm going to just go Bam. I'm going to go Bam because strictly off Miami Heat are the first seed. And he's been that backbone for their defensive press. Switches so many times. You have so many games. Embiid came in, and Bam kind of locked him down a little. He got some free throws, but field goal-wise, his numbers weren't good. Any big man or any player, power forward, small forward that comes in, Bam comes down and locks him down. So that their success, I think, has been credited to a lot of him.
I do like Bam Adebayo. I think I'm stuck on Mikal Bridges, though. I like what he does for the Suns. I do. I think
really good.
Really good. You need that 3-and-D kind of guy, and Mikal Bridges does exactly that. He knows his role, and that's the best player that you need on your team. I'm just happy it's not Rudy Gobert this year. I think we all can agree on that. He did shut down the whole league. That joke kind of gets thrown out there way too much, but I'm saying it anyway. But I think it's Mikal Bridges because having Chris Paul out for a while and what he does defensively, Mikal Bridges stepped up and just had this huge role defensively and has just been balling out there defensively. I think he's a great choice.
He can guard any guard, point guard, small forward.
But I do like the Bam pick though, because what he did against that Bulls and Vooch, man, that video stuck in my head.
It's probably stuck in his head too.
Switched on the screen and still blocked Vooch, who was wide open. Come down the lane, but it's what it is. Rookie, no, sixth man of the year.
Sixth man of the year. I think that's the only award that is really obvious. Yeah, Tyler Hero is going to run away with this one. I think because 20 points a game, what he's been doing. You look at some games where he really takes over the game just off the bench. The other night he had 35. And you see the game going from competitive to just a complete blowout, which was 144 to 113, all mostly because he had 35 off the bench.
Yeah, and they he's I saw a stat. He was one of the highest scorers ever off the bench, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Dang, he's
been doing this year.
He's averaging 18, something like that, high teens.
Yeah,
coming off the bench, that's insane. Whenever you have someone like that, you just know it's definitely going in that right direction.
And he took that bubble shit personal, how he was playing in the bubble.
Bro, he didn't play good last year, though.
No, he took his shit personal. He's been
looking like his bubble. Definitely. Who you got coach of the year?
I'm going to go Memphis Grizzlies coach Taylor Jenkins. I think this coach of the year, Monty Williams probably going to win it. 63 wins for the Suns. They're the best team in the league. But I think what this Grizzlies team has done has been amazing to see. They really, really only got Steven Adams back on this roster. Desmond Bane, he was on the team last year, but coming in, he was very productive. But they really didn't make too many changes, and they went from a play-in team to the second record in the West, and I think that's a huge jump. Taylor Jenkins has done a great job. And looking at John Morant not playing 20 games, 18-2 without your best player, credit to him.
I do like this pick, but I'm still going to go the chalk route here. I'm going to obvious choice. Monty Williams, he's a huge favorite to win in this, looking at the odds and everything. So I got to go Monty Williams, just what he did last year, and then just continuing this and continuing to be the best team and beating the Lakers all these times. I think that really showed that he was, here to stay. The Suns were for real and just kept beating up on LeBron. And I think that really points out something that, you're one of the best coaches in the league.
Yeah. He's definitely one of the best coaches. And shit, he before the last year he proved he was one of the best coaches. But before, he really came out of nowhere. He was an assistant coach, head coach some places, but he came over and with the Suns and took over the league, man. He's been doing a great job.
Facts. Who you got for most improved before we get a country?
I think this one is definitely a different one. It's a lot up for grabs. A lot of players can get it. But I'm going to go Darius Garland. I said it when we did it the midseason, but he has been a huge part of this Cavs success this year. He's been their guy, their go-to guy, and went from being a guy that there's potential in to being an all-star this year. So I think he's most improved.
Yeah, I think so too. What he's done, talk about Cassie Milo or talk about Mobley, he just elevated his game even so much more. And I think that's my choice for most improved too. Ja Morant, he should not be really included in this. He's second overall pick.
Everybody knew what you were getting with Ja Morant.
Second overall pick. Nobody doubted you. Nobody, he shouldn't win this award. If he wins this award, it's kind of like a slap on the wrist to him. Because, you don't want to win most improved.
And he's fucking up for MVP too. So it's like, come on.
Oh, exactly. How could he be most? That just means he was dog shit last year, apparently, to these voters. All right, so Couch Potato of the Year, the second annual. Al Horford won it last year. The criteria for this award. I think I have it written down somewhere. I had really searching for this. But the thing is, for this award, we made it up last year because there was a lot of players that signed these big contracts and didn't do anything.
Like shit.
Right. So we said couch potato, meaning they sit on the couch all day and just collect their welfare checks. And that's exactly what they did. Al Horford won it last year. They literally paid him to stop playing, right? And that's kind of – we have a candidate in this realm this year, so that kind of could hint at something. But let me just pull this up real quick. Last year, Al Horford won it. So Couch Potato Year is given to the NBA player who should have been one of the best players on his team, but turned out to be a bum. Hence the name Couch Potato of the Year. Last year, our choices were Kelly Oubre, Al Horford, Eric Bledsoe. And Kelly Oubre is the only one that's been playing good. Al Horford.
Kelly Oubre he's been really good off the bench. He was up for Sixth Man of the Year too.
Yeah, so Kelly Oubre is definitely been playing well. Other two have not been playing good. The three options we got for you guys. Russell Westbrook. Mm-hmm. I don't think we really have to get into that. It's kind of been obvious. Everyone's been posting clips of him airballing, posting clips of him not playing good, all this and that. He was the main reason the Lakers didn't do good. So he turned it around second half, though, but first half he played really, really bad. John Wall, second option. $47 million. He played 0 games this year. I think that's pretty obvious why he's on the list. He kind of had that Al Horford inheritation last year. Inherity, I should say, whatever that word means. So that's the second choice. Third choice, Kemba Walker. He signed a big contract for the Knicks. The Knicks needed a point guard to come in after Trae Young did them dirty. He turned out to be the mayor of New York. They needed a guy to come and step in, cardiac Kemba, and Kemba shit the bed. Didn't play good at all. Was just terrible. And they even moved him to the bench at one point.
They were trying to figure out what to do with them.
Trying to trade him. Nobody wanted him. And those are the three options we have for this. Looking up for drum roll right now. Drum roll sound effect as we get into this. And the second annual 6-Man Blitz Couch Potato of the Year 2022 award goes to Kemba Walker of the New York Knicks. Let's give it up for Kemba Walker. Yeah. Westbrook turned it around second half. We couldn't really give it to him.
He's been playing better.
He's the obvious choice. We never normally give it to obvious person. Last year, Kelly Oubre was obvious choice. So we didn't give it to him. Westbrook did turn it around. He started most of the games. That's kind of why we couldn't really give it to Westbrook. He started 70+ games, I'm pretty sure. So that kind of that defeats the purpose of Couch Potato. John Wall didn't play a single game. That kind of was he made $47 million. Supposed to be one of the best players on the team.
He did too good for this to be in.
He exceeded expectations. So he could not give that to John Wall. And lastly, Kemba Walker did not play good this year. He got benched on the team that didn't make the playoffs.
It was a similar situation to Al Horford.
So I think it was obvious to give it to Kemba Walker. We also thought about Ben Simmons, but he didn't play the whole year. So that's like the John Wall thing, right?
And we care about men's mental health.
Yeah, we care about mental health. Mental health is real.
We're not going to kick him while he's down.
Exactly. If you need help, definitely go out to help. But second couch potato, Kemba Walker, man. Let's give it up for him. All right, now let's get into our rapid fire takes. Not really rapid fire.
We're bringing him back.
That's the name we're going with for sure. So hit me with it, man. Let's get to it. I haven't read these before. So.
All right. First one. Top 5 receivers in the NFL right now.
Right now? That's
you
tough.
You don't have to list them in order either. Just
right. I didn't. Devontae Adams.
Okay.
Tyreek Hill.
Okay.
Cooper Kupp. Justin Jefferson.
Okay.
Who else am I forgetting?
Put you on the spot.
Yeah, for real. And who else? DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay, a healthy D-Hop. I agree with you. I'm not really sold on Tyreek Hill as much. I know he's a very great talent, but I wouldn't put him top 5. So I'd replace him with probably like Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, Diggs definitely top 5 for sure.
But Jamar Chase could probably fit in there somewhere
Chase
too.
could fit in there. DK Metcalf's got an argument. Debo Samuel's got an argument.
Well, Debo is definitely on my top 5.
Yeah, Debo's got an argument for sure. Who else got an argument? I don't even know who else got an argument.
It's tough now.
It is tough. Thinking off the top of the head, it's tough for sure.
Christian Kirk, definitely got paid like
he got paid. I mean, he can't.
All right, now next one. Who is the most slept on NFL player in the NFL right now?
Right now,
someone who doesn't get the respect they deserve at all.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see here. Slept on, they don't get the credit they deserve.
I'm gonna give you 2 names.
All right, let's see what you got first.
I'm thinking, top of my head, I've seen quarterback lists, top 10 quarterbacks in NFL. Somebody, I'm gonna go Lamar Jackson because simply off after last year, people saw him get hurt. But people tend to forget this man won MVP in the league already and has changed the game basically like to what Michael Vick did and ran with it. Another name I'm thinking is very slept on, given just one more chance to show how good he is as a starting quarterback. I'm going to go Jalen Hurts. I'm a big Jalen Hurts guy.
I'm a Jalen Hurts guy too.
I think he is very slept on. What he did with this Eagles team is running effect. I think him as a leader is very, very slept on. Looking at him next year, if they give him, they draft a receiver in the draft, I think we could see a better version of Jalen Hurts.
I gotta pull up this NFL, this standings to see what teams I'm thinking about right now. The slept on players, I'm just like, there's so many players they can be, right?
So many, because the NFL is a huge league. I'll give you that.
I think I'm gonna go Minkah Fitzpatrick. I don't think Minkah gets the credit he deserves being one of the best safeties in the league. I think he slept on. I think he's one of the best safeties in the league. And when they come up with safeties, top 3, I don't think he's really ever. He's not in every list. He should be in every list.
People talk about Jesse Bates, all these other guys ahead of him. I definitely like that. I like that choice. All right, now next one, not slept on, but most overhyped player in the league.
Kyla Murray. Everybody loves to talk about Kyla Murray. Kyla Murray's not all that.
That's a hot take. Kyla Murray.
He's just faster than most people, and he's got arm talent. Yeah, he's got arm strength, right? He fits the system. But when it comes to big games,
that arm talent and speed, it's gone.
Where is he in big games, right? He kind of shrinks, you know what I'm saying?
I like that. Me being the Bears fan, when I thought about this question, I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers. I think he gets too much credit. Him being a great quarterback, it's going to go down in history as being the greatest regular season quarterback in NFL history. I
don't want to be known as that, though.
Hey, but once it comes playoff time, that's when it changes. He's been probably one of the worst playoff quarterbacks in recent years. He's gone to a lot of places. No, think about it. First seed in the NFC conference and gone at home and lost 49ers a couple years. And it's just like, he's just not performing as a top quarterback or how people view him as top quarterback should perform. So I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers. All right. Next question. All right. This is a hooper, right? We're talking NBA now. Who's a hooper that would get more respect if he was on a contender team?
Donovan Mitchell.
Okay.
I think Donovan Mitchell. I don't think people like if he plays in Utah. Who wants to watch Utah play?
And the thing about that's crazy about Donovan Mitchell is we saw how good he was in the playoffs, but since he's on a team like Utah, nobody really pays attention to him as much. And if you put him on a team like with other superstars, other players that are better, we could see a Donovan Mitchell that was like in the bubble. Remember him
Exactly.
versus Jamal Murray dropping 50 every game?
Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you.
I think that's a good choice. I forgot who I was going to say. I mean, shit, there's a lot of hoopers out there. You put them on a contending team that was Markelle Fulton looking at
Cam Reddish?
Cam Reddish. Yeah, I like that. But I'll probably go Donovan Mitchell too. Next question. Favorite hooper in the league?
Markelle Fultz. You said it for me.
I there's no bullshit.
I wouldn't say he's my favorite. I like Fultz in high school. I liked him in college, but I don't think he's my favorite right now. I never watched a Magic game this year anyway. So, right now it's probably John Moran, man. He's so fun to watch. You can literally turn him on. Something crazy is gonna happen. I think that's the best part about watching John Moran, and it gives me like Derrick Rose vibes. Because literally, as a kid, everyone wanted to be like Derrick Rose. Everybody loved the explosiveness, and if anybody comes close to it, I definitely gotta like him for sure.
If anybody can come close to D Rose potential, it was John Morant. But
sure.
For me, it was probably Joel Embiid. I love his game. I love how he shoots threes. Big man. He can take over when you want. I just like his personality outside of the game too. I think he's funny as fuck. But next question. It's a different switch up for you. I know you're not a movie guy, but greatest movie of all time.
I got two right now in my head.
Go ahead.
Everybody always be cooking me for this. Too Fast, Too Furious.
Okay.
Great movie. Best Fast and Furious movie there is. Paul Walker to perfection. I think the other one I'd choose is Grown Ups. I watched that the other day. That movie is so funny. That movie, I can watch it so many times. I'm still going to laugh at all the lines. I know what's coming on. I know what's coming next. I know what's happening. It's just so funny getting those five. And if they did it again, it probably wouldn't be that funny. But that first one is so funny. Second one is all right. First one is just, you can't top that.
First one, yeah, definitely. Seeing that in theaters, that was a perfect film. But I'm gonna go with Prisoners. It's not a really talked about movie. Jake Gyllenhaal as Hugh Jackman. So you gotta watch it if you haven't seen it so far. It's a detective movie. 2 girls go missing. Go watch it. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, now the next one. Greatest album of all time. And you're a music guy. I know you listen. You go on to some road trips. I know you listen to music.
I'm a road trip kind of guy. Man, it's tough. I don't really like listening to albums though. I like listening to different albums like put together. So like I'll listen to like today I listened to Lil Uzi. Just all the songs I have downloaded just under him, right? Mm-hmm. That's what I normally do. My go-to album is Cactus Jack Cactus, but I don't listen to that as much as I used to anymore. That used to be one of my favorite albums, but it's got to be Lil Uzi album now. It literally has to be. Let me see. Let me look at all the Lil Uzi albums and just try to figure out the best one.
I mean, shit. That one album he dropped right when the pandemic started.
That's what I'm thinking. That
was a great album. The deluxe was even better too.
I'm thinking Lil Uzi versus the world too. That's what I'm thinking. But at the same time, it's like can't go wrong with the first one.
Can't
go wrong with any of them really. Love is Rage too,
Yeah, any Uzi album.
Right.
Except for the first one. I didn't really fuck with the first one he dropped. Was 7 a.m. on it?
Yeah, I get you.
Like as a whole, because we're talking about when we say greatest album of all time, we're talking about listening from first song to last song. And I like recently, this wasn't always my favorite, but it's grown to be my favorite. I think My Dark Fantasy by Kanye West. I think with the documentary coming out, I've listened to this album damn near every single day. With my AirPods on at work, Target, they come guest asking me for some shit. No. I'm listening to the Devil in a Dress. that Rick Ross, Kanye West, like that whole album. It's got to be the greatest album of all time.
I like that, man. It's a good choice. Can't go wrong with Kanye, even though he's got so many problems. But
hey, him outside as an artist,
exactly. You gotta look at it like that.
Well, looking at him just as an artist, that's the answer.
Oh, yeah.
All right, now the next question. Not a movie guy, but your favorite actor.
Favorite actor? Yeah, that's tough. That's I want to say Adam Sandler. Can't
go wrong with him.
Can't go wrong with him, but he hasn't made anything good in a while.
The last movie he made was what, the Hubie Halloween?
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad. That was bad. I'll go Adam Sandler. Okay, you can't go wrong with Adam Sandler. That's the OG right there. That's my guy. And I said Grown Ups too, so I'll stick with Adam Sandler route for sure.
I'm gonna go Jake Gyllenhaal. That's probably been my like anytime he comes out with a movie, I'll always watch it. I've seen all of his movies. Southpaw. What's the one with the cop? I forgot what it's called. End of Watch. That's one of the best movies I've seen ever. And one of my favorite movies of all time. I just named it Prisoners. So
I do like Kevin Hart and The Rock though together.
As a duo?
Yes.
You could see that they're genuinely best friends. Or not best friends, but like very close. Yeah. All right, the next one. If you could hop on a song with any rapper, who's it gonna be? You got to think about this song has to do good. It's got to carry you.
It's going to be Drake.
Okay.
Anybody that has a feature by Drake, you listening to it, right? Am I right or wrong?
Even that one dude, Prada and Gucci, they don't go together.
Exactly, right? Like you see this random ass rappers get features with Drake. Listen to the song, right? It's like Smiley. That's the last guy.
And that's Drake is like that. He's on Drake's team company or whatever, OVO. He's signed with OVO.
But I never heard of Smiley a day in my life until
look at his TikTok. It's funny as fuck, bro.
I think I'll pass, but
all right. I'm definitely gonna go Little Durk with this one. I think just like every song Little Durk touches turns to gold.
Facts.
Especially if he's on a feature, he hits different as a feature. He come in, don't matter what the fuck he's saying, like in Laugh Now, Cry Later, couple bars, that shit was heat. So I'm gonna go Little Durk. All right, last final question. Number one go-to dinner.
Anywhere?
It's like any kind of dinner. Like it could be a restaurant or you could be at home eating.
Oh, yeah. Give me that Cane's box combo, no coleslaw, extra toast for sure.
Okay. Oh, close.
Get you a nice
no coleslaw, add the extra toast. I always say that shit too.
But, yeah, and then you get a orange Fanta, no ice. Because they be putting way too much ice in that shit.
But it ain't gonna be cold though.
But you get more to drink. That's the thing. I always go no ice. But places like Chick-fil-A, Cane's, Starbucks even, they just be filling up that shit with ice, right? You got to go no ice. It's gonna be cold. You get more to drink though, but it already comes cold right off the rip. It's sitting in the machine. It's not gonna come in hot, right?
I see your point. My girl Jocelyn. So what she does is she gets her drink, no ice, and then gets a large cup of ice and does both. It's strange.
You gotta pick one or the other.
No, she does both.
You gotta do one.
Hey. But the last question. Oh no, that was a question. But what I'm gonna say is for my dinner is chili and cornbread. Can't go wrong with it.
No, you can't.
Get the Jiffy Lube cornbread, put some Fritos in there, some cheese. It's the best meal you'll ever have. Home cooked meal too.
What'd he say? Good answer.
That's all I got for rapid top fire takes. What's your closing remark?
All right, man. I obviously joined the fade team today. I got beamed up, right? Looking crispy. You can never go wrong with fresh fade. I just woke up, though, so I had to put on the hat. Didn't want to have that hat on 6-man Blitz, so I can't get a 4K. My barber, though, he said, what'd you think about this plan for college kids? All right, let me hear it. He goes, it's a yearly plan. I'm like, all right, let's hear it.
You lost me there.
Right. You lost me there. It's a haircut, right? I go once every month, so I'll probably go 12 months in a year, maybe 11, maybe 10, right? But I have to get mine a lot more than most people because I gotta stay fresh, right? When I get my cut, I'm top five, right?
Top 5.
He said, again, I pay 35, anywhere from 35 to 45 for a haircut. Depends on the tips, depends on how he's feeling that day, right? He said, how about for a year plan? $200 haircut, a $200 plan. And I'm thinking, yeah, that's $200. That's probably what it comes out to, right? 12 haircuts, $40. It's probably what it comes out to, right? It's probably like that. But he said, but when you come in, it's $20 every time. So I said, what? So then I started doing the math. I'm like, 20 times, let's say 11. That's $220 right there. Plus another $200. I'm paying $420 for a haircut.
Wait, what's the $200 for that?
for the yearly plan, right? And I'm like, bro, because if I do it now, 40 times 12. Oh shit, that's $480.
That's not even a good deal.
I mean, but you gotta think about it, right? $200 for a haircut, though. It's just the principle. It might be more. It might be cheaper in the long run. Yeah. But there's literally no way I'm paying $200 up front for a haircut. Because what if I change my barber? He canceled on me one time because he got sick.
That's not professional at all, man.
Shit happens, man. Right? Yeah. So I didn't $200 for a yearly plan haircut. I don't think that. I don't know about that.
And the 20 every time I see you, plus the 200. So that's you're robbing me of my he's trying
I gotta pay a yearly. I gotta pay a yearly plan, and I gotta pay every time I see you too. They make it like Costco, man. You can't be.
What am I doing this? This is too much.
Right, exactly. What you got though?
I think so. I brought up how much of a fan I am of Jake Gyllenhaal, favorite actor. I usually talk about movies for my closing remark. He's got a movie called Ambulance coming out this weekend. It's got a 72 on Rotten Tomatoes currently. I think it's a movie. Go ahead, go see. Interesting. It got great actors in it as well. They're out there. Somehow they end up in the ambulance truck. But whatever you do, go out. Spend some money, $7, go to the matinee, go ahead and see it. Ambulance, go Jake and Gyllenhaal, that's all I gotta say.
I actually have seen that preview. I might actually go check that out.
It looks good, doesn't it?
I think I might.
Got to.
That's all we got for today's show. Great show as always. I do like the rapid fire back though, so we might have to keep adding that back. We'll see. There was a lot of sports news this week, so that's why we had to bring that back. We'll see what happens in the future. Thanks for you guys listening. If you listen all the way through, it means a lot. Subscribe to 600 Blitz, Apple Podcast, Spotify. If you're listening this long already, you probably already know the memo. You probably already know the spiel. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Posts go a long way. Follow social media, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. You guys know you guys know what's going on. That's all we got for today's episode, though. Appreciate you guys for listening, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.